Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, another episode 5 of A Runner's Tale. I am fresh off my ultra marathon. In case you were wondering, my 50 miler did not go well last Saturday. 2 Saturdays ago now, but you get the point. I dropped out at mile 36, but anyway, I still technically ran an ultra marathon. So let's talk about the week that followed, what I did, and I'll be honest, right off the rip, it wasn't anything special, but the whole point of this series is just to tell you like it is. Some weeks are going to be really eventful, really fun, and some are going to be a little less inspired. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Monday, we took it off, obviously. We would have been 2 days past the ultra, so I wasn't even thinking about getting out there. Well, actually, I kind of was. It did cross my mind maybe I should get out there and just jog a mile or something just to kind of loosen the legs. If I ever have like a big race, if I am physically able, I will try to get out there maybe the day after just to do something real easy, real light. But I didn't do that because I just didn't. Another thing I want to talk about that I have kind of neglected to mention in most of my videos recently, I've been doing a lot of cold showering. Yes! A white dude in his 20s talking about cold showering. Who would have thought? I'm so unique. No, I've been doing it pretty much every day. It's a lot easier to do it during the summer, let's be real. I literally just go in the shower, turn the faucet all the way down to the coldest setting, and maybe suffer for a couple seconds. It's not that bad. I wish it was colder, honestly. I wish I still had my cold plunge, but honestly, that was kind of a hassle to set up in the warmer months because it required me to get a lot of ice, and it just didn't really work. I need one of those professional grade ones, but that's a topic for another day. So basically, cold showering once or twice a day. I get a little bit of benefit out of it, but I thought I'd just mention that. Also, I did some light stretching, and my mobility was definitely coming back. At this point, I would have been about 60 to 70%, maybe even closer to like that 75%. Tuesday, this was our first run back, and I took out the Brooks Ghost Max 2s. Honestly, these shoes should have been retired months ago, but I don't know. I just kind of felt like taking them out. I do that sometimes. They still have a little bit of life in them, but I don't think I'm ever going to run in them again. Very excited for the third version coming out, I think this month. I'll definitely be getting those. Huge fan of this lineup. It's just 5 miles. I was actually pleasantly surprised with how it went. At this point, I was about 80-90% recovered. I was feeling pretty good. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tuesday, our first run back since the Ultra. My quads are very sore, but I'm good enough to move. Honestly, I could have gone out for a jog yesterday, but it just kind of didn't happen. I don't know. I'm not too upset about it. It's okay to take another day off. I feel like I'm recovering very quickly from this. Granted, I didn't finish the race, but I think if I would have gone the extra 15 miles to finish, I would have needed at least a week off. So maybe it was a good thing. Hell, I could have injured myself. No injuries to speak of at the moment, which is great. I'm gonna pee real quick. First mile of the week. Damn, dude, it is so humid. I'm sweating like a dog right now. You know, that doesn't make any sense, does it? I'm sweating a lot. We're doing 5 this morning. Why not? The one thing I've definitely realized is that I've mostly unknowingly made a lot of really good decisions lately. It's starting to rain, so let's just get home and get on with our day. 5 miles. That went better than I thought it would. We might be back, folks. Updates on how I was feeling. A thing that really gave me trouble, especially in the aftermath of the Ultra, was the chafing in the groin area. It was all scabbed up. It was like a big old rat. It was disgusting. It was just, the only thing it was lacking was like pus. If it would have gotten pussy, I would have thrown up. But it just kind of gave me, I just couldn't like get it wet without it just searing, and just moving made it very difficult. I think on top of that, the other big issue was my quads. They were really sore, and I was having a hard time moving because of them. At the end of the day, it wasn't really that much of a factor. I maybe grimaced for the first mile or so, and then I was good. We're already into July, and the heat's, it's stacking up. I was complaining about the weather in June. It's just going to get worse and worse as we sort of hit that climax here in the middle of summer. I didn't even realize, I mean, the clouds were definitely starting to form, but right when I got home, the downpour came in. I just fortunately got past that without even realizing it. I dodged a bullet there. Although it probably would have felt pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. I like running in the rain. After the success on Tuesday, I was feeling pretty confident going into Wednesday. I took out the Brooks Ghost 17s. These were a seed shoe that I got from Pro Bike and Run. Shout out to them. And I got this like 3 months ago or something, and I've never ran in them. I've just been using them as my go-around work shoe. If I'm running errands, I just wear it. I really like it, but I just thought, once again, let's just give it a shot, see how it feels. I liked it. Honestly, any positive reaction that I may have had to the shoe itself was destroyed, because I also ended up having one of the worst runs of my entire life that day. I'm talking, I was bonking in the middle of a 6-mile run. I wasn't going fast. I just have gotten into this habit, as you'll see, of going out into like the worst part of the day, like 3 to 5 p.m. It's just when the sun's at its peak, and it's been so miserable here. You guys are getting so tired of me saying that probably, but it's true, and it was my fault. This might be a bad decision. It's miserably hot out right now. It's 3 p.m. so the thick of the day, but then again, I'm sort of out here because I've been miserable all day. Just been like really sluggish, and I've got a headache right now, and just been a piece of shit just on my phone and stuff. Not really making much of my time off from work. Not sure how far I'm gonna go. Probably somewhere in the range of 5 to 6. Always subject to change. I feel about the same as I did yesterday. My quads are still pretty sore. I'm okay to be out here though. Here's mile 1. Looks like we're just going through the motions today. Just stopped to pee right there, and like my heart rate was really high. Like I didn't see what it said on my watch, but I could just feel it. All right, 3 miles. We're doing 6. Why not? I'm so freaking miserable right now. I've just got sweat in my eyes. It's burning. Super hot. Just tired. Bleh. In a perfect world, I would just get up at 6 a.m. every day and just run while it's still cool. The temptation right now to just stop and walk home is so strong. And you know what? I'm gonna stop real quick and just give myself a minute, because I actually am like low-key bonking right now. All right, let's go to this bench here. I'm really dehydrated and just haven't really eaten today. It's just, yeah, it's all stacking up. Okay. Fuck. Ow. It is searing hot. Okay, we're going back over here. Okay. I'm good now. Good enough. Somehow made it through 6. That might have been top 10 worst runs I've ever had. That was horrible. I am happy that I went out and did it, because as I was warming up, before I even started running, I had this honestly heavy urge to just walk back inside. It wasn't just the weather bothering me. I just didn't feel that good. I just kind of knew it was going to be one of those runs. I just had no idea it was going to be that bad. So I barely made it home, and I'm just like, all right, I'll give myself a little bit more time off. So I took Thursday off, and then I took the day after that off as well. That would have been Friday, the 4th of July. And this one was kind of 50-50. I feel like I should have gone out. I'm a little upset with myself, but, you know, I just kind of got caught up in the 4th of July festivities. Sue me! I went to the Brentwood 5K, in case you were curious. Maddie and Sam won the race. Brentwood Firecracker 5K. I had heard how prolific this race was, the amount of people that show up, how big of a deal it is, but once I saw it for myself, it really sank in. I'm talking, I'm about a quarter mile away from the start and finish line, and as the gun was going off, I could just see literally this wall of people. It looked like it just went on forever. It was incredible. That was fun, and then we just had a good day. I swam. Been trying to swim a lot more, not for the benefits of health, but just having fun with my friends. So we did that and had a good 4th of July. Go America. On Saturday, I went out again, got back at it. Took out the Brooks Glycerin 22s for this one. It wasn't quite a bonk. I kind of repeated what I'd done a couple days prior when I really bonked. I just went out at like 3:30, 4 p.m., super hot. It was like 90. It was even hotter this day. Cramming my run in, the run that I was planning to do when the sun started to go down and it cooled down. It was just a mess. But we got through it as well. 2 miles into another shorter run this evening. I think I'm gonna do 5. Taking it real easy this week, but the last few days taking off was definitely a good decision. 2.5. Despite all my rest, I still feel pretty beat up, not gonna lie. I've once again failed to get outside at an early hour to run. This heat's beating me up again. I did this to myself. I also just got stung on my shoulder. Nice. Fortunately, I'm not allergic. And it's funny, when I was younger, I used to have to go to the allergist once a week, twice a week or something like that. It was very frequently. And I always remember the doctor telling me I am allergic to everything that is green. But for some reason, bees, peanut butter, and none of that gets to me. That hurt though, what the fuck? That might have been a wasp. Whatever. 3 miles. I'm actually gonna take a little breather up here in about a quarter mile. I need a second. I know what you're probably thinking. There has definitely been a theme of me stopping in the middle of my runs recently. But today, let me explain the scenario, what's going on. So, I was planning on just going out in the evening when the sun's down, it's cooler, I'm just getting some miles in, be chill. Picture this, I was eating a late lunch, had a sandwich like an hour ago, and I was just gonna work on this commission for a little while, and then I ended up making plans with friends to hang out in pretty much 45 minutes, so I need to get moving here. Like, I can't go run, I just ate, so I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. Now I'm rushing through this run, and it's just not going well. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, my stomach feels like shit right now. I've just eaten way too recently. Bear with me a second, we'll finish this sucker out. Oh man, 1.75 miles to go. I'm sweating so bad. I want watermelon. I hope we have watermelon at home. I'm delaying, I'm sorry. I'll see you in a bit. The silver lining for all of this, for the past week, is that at least I'd say I'm about 100% recovered from the race now. I just haven't been organized enough with when I go out and when I fuel. If there's any week to be fucking up, this is definitely the one. Just as the cramp is coming on. Oh my god. Whew. Some days I go out there and I think to myself, have I run a single day in my life? Like, why does it feel like I'm going backwards? I'll tell you what I really need to do though. Above all, I can't be going out in 90-degree weather, just peak day. It's gonna destroy my confidence. Right now, it's just... Pace was good though. And finally, Sunday. I took out the Saucony Peregrines. I can't find them anywhere. I looked everywhere, so just imagine that I'm holding them in my hands. This was actually for work. Occasionally, Pro Bike and Run does a community outreach sort of deal. It's like a little event. Obviously, during the warmer months, we'd like to do it more often. The group's not big. We don't get a lot of people to sign up. We wish we did, but my job is to just be the sweep. So, in a sense, what I'm trying to say is I got paid to run, which sort of makes me a professional athlete. We went out for 6.5 at Settlers Single Track. It was nice to be out there again after having raced there a little over a week prior. I love running there, and honestly, going forward, no matter what I'm training for, I definitely would like to run more single track, at minimum once a week. Don't hold me to it, but I'm going to make a genuine effort to get out there more often. It just went really slow. Once again, we were with a group of, you don't know who's going to show up. So, you know, whatever pace the slowest person is going, you kind of got to go there. But I was more than happy to hit those slow miles and just taking the weather. You know, it's so much nicer being out there in the trees. You know, they provide so much oxygen, such a nice breeze no matter the weather and all the shade. And we went out earlier than what I had been doing the previous week at like 8 a.m. That was also good too. We finished the week off with, it wasn't good. I don't feel too bad about it. This makes me sick. I wish it didn't end this way. 22.5 miles. I don't like that 0.5. That drives me a little bit insane. But yeah, 22.5 miles, a down week. You know, I could have ran twice as many miles. I could have ran less. It didn't really matter. I just wanted to make sure I was fully recovered, feeling better. I'd say I'm about there now, and that's going to lead us into the weeks to come. And I'm thinking of this week as sort of the calm before the storm. I really mean it. So it's going to be time to start ramping things up. And so long as my body allows it, we're going to go hard in the paint. So I'm really looking forward to it. Haven't decided exactly what my next race is going to be, but I promise you we're not going to be waiting another year to race. That was old Zach. New Zach is going to get out there more often, throw himself in the thick of it, and see what he can do. So I could be training for an ultra marathon right now, a marathon. I have some options that I've been looking into on the roads, on the trails this fall, and just going forward. But we'll kind of decide as we go forward. We'll talk about it later. So that was this week. If you enjoyed, once again, make sure you like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.